Scene 1. Exit somewhere in Europe, 1926. Night. A large, isolated, derelict chateau emerges from the darkness. We focus on a cobbled square outside the building, shrouded in mist, eerie, silent. 5 oars stand, once aloft, tentative, as they edge toward the chateau. A sudden explosion of pure white light sends them flying. We whip around to find their bodies, scattered, lying motionless at the entrance to a large parkland. A figure, Grindelwald, enters the frame, his back to the camera. Ignoring the bodies, he stares out in the night sky as we pan toward up the moon. Montage. We see various magical newspaper headlines from 1926 relating to Grindelwald's attacks all over the world. Grindelwald strikes again in Europe, Hogwarts School. Increases security. Anti-wizard feeling on the rise. Where is Grindelwald? Is anyone safe? He's a serious threat to the magical community and has vanished. Moving Moving photos detail destroyed buildings, fires, screaming victim. The articles come thick and fast. The worldwide hunt for Grindelwald continues. We push in on a final article displaying the Statue of Liberty. Scene 2. Exit ship gliding into New York. Next morning. A bright, clear New York day, seagulls swoop overhead. A large passenger ship glides past the Statue of Liberty. Passengers lean over the rails, looking excitedly toward the oncoming land. We push in toward a figure sitting on a bench with his back to us. Newt Scamander, weather-beaten, wiry, wearing an old blue overcoat. Beside him rests a battered brown leather case. A catch on the case flicks open of its own accord. Newt swiftly bends down to close it, placing the case on his lap. Newt leans in, whispering, "Dougal, you settle down now, please. It won't be long." Scene 3. Exit, New York Day. Aerial shot of New York. Scene 4. Exit ship. Internal, customs. Shortly after workday. Among bustling crowd, Newt walks down the gangplank of the ship as we push in towards his case. Customs official out of screen. Next, Newt stands at customs, a long row of desks by the shipyard, manned by serious-looking American officials. A customs official examines Newt's very tattered British passport. Customs official. "British, huh?" Newt. "Yes." Customs official. "First trip to New York?" Newt. "Yes." Customs official, gesturing to Newt's case. "Anything edible in there?" Newt, placing a hand over his breast pocket. "No." Customs official. "Livestock?" The catch on Newt's case flicks open again. Newt looks down and hastily closes it. Newt. "Must get that fixed?" No. Customs official, suspicious. "Let me take a look." Newt places a case on the desk between them and discreetly flicks a brass dial tune, muggle-worthy. The customs official spins the case toward him and pops the catches, lifting the lid to reveal pajamas, various maps, a journal, an alarm clock, a magnifying glass, and a Hufflepuff scarf. Finally satisfied, he closes the case. Customs official. "Welcome to New York." Newt. "Thank you." Newt gathered his passports in his case. Customs official. Next, Newt exits through customs. Scene 5. Exit. Street near City Hall subway dusk. A long street of identical brownstone houses, one of which has been reduced to rubble. A gaggle of reporters and photographers mills around in the vast hope of something happening, but without much enthusiasm. One reporter is interviewing an excitable middle-aged man as they move through the rubble. Witness. And it was like a wind or like a ghost, but dark, and I saw its eyes, shining white eyes. Reporter, expressionless, notebook in his hand. A dark wind with eyes. Witness. Like a dark mass, and it dove down there, down to underground. I swear to God, into the earth, right in front of me. Close on Percival Graves. As he walks toward the destroyed building, Graves, smart clothing, very handsome, early middle age. His demeanor differs from those around him. He is watchful, tightly coiled, an air of intense confidence. Photographer in a soda voice. Hey, did you get anything? Reporter. Dark wind, blah blah. Photographer. It's some atmospheric hui or electrical. Grace moves up the steps of the now ruined building. He examines the destruction, curious, alert. Reporter. Hey, you thirsty? Photographer. Nah, I'm on the wagon. Promise Martha I'll lay off. Wind begins to pick up, swirling around the building, accompanied by a high-pitched screeching. Graves alone looks interested. A sudden series of bangs at street level. All turn to look for the source of the sound. A wall cracks, the rubble on the floor begins to shake, before exploding like an earthquake. Ripping out of the building and down through the middle of the street, the movement is violent, rushed. People and cars go flying. The mysterious force then flies up into the air, swirling through the city, diving in and out of alleyways, before crashing down into a subway station. Close on Graves, as he examines the destruction of the street. A mingled roar and howl emanates from the bowels of the earth. Scene 6. Exit, New York Street. Day. Watching Newt walk, we see him in an unself-conscious Keaton's quality, a sense of a different rhythm to those around him. In his hand, he clutches directions on a small piece of paper, but still shows a scientific curiosity about this alien environment. Scene 7. Exit, another street, steps of the city bank. Day. Newt, intrigued by the noise of shouting, approaches a rally of the New Salem Philanthropic Society. Mary Lou Bourbon, a handsome Midwestern woman in a 1920s version of Puritan dress, charismatic and earnest, stands on a small stage at the steps to the Citibank. Behind her stands a man parading a banner emblazoned with the organization symbol, hands proudly grasping a broken wand amid bright and yellow-red flames. Merrily to the assembled crowd. This great city sparkles with jewels of the man's invention. Movie theater, automobiles, the wireless electric lights, all dazzle and bewitch us. Newt slows down and watches Mary Lou as he would observe a foreign species. No judgment, simply interested. Nearby stands Tina Gosing. Hat low on her head, upturned collar, she is eating a hot dog, mustard smeared on her upper lip. Newt accidentally bumps into her as he makes his way to the front of the rally. Newt, oh, so sorry. Mary Lou, but where there is light, there is a shadow, friend. Something is stuck in our city, wreaking destruction, and then disappearing without any trace. Jacob Kowalski moved nervously down the street toward the crowd, wearing an ill-fitting brown suit and carrying a battered brown leather case. Mary Lou, out of screen. We have to fight. Join us, the second Salamers, in our fight. Jacob makes his way through the gathered crowd, also pushing past Tina. Excuse me, dog, just trying to get to the bank. Excuse me, just trying. Jacob trips over Newt's case, disappearing momentarily. Newt hauls him up. Newt, I'm so sorry, my case. Jacob, no harm done. Jacob struggles on, heading past Mary Lou and up the steps of the bank. Jacob, excuse me? The kerfuffle around Newt draws Mary Lou's attention. Mary Lou, charming, to Newt. You, friend, what drew you to our meeting today? Newt is startled to find himself the center of attention. Newt, oh, I was just passing. Mary, are you a seeker? A seeker after truth? B. Newt, I'm more of a chaser, really. Angle on people moving in and out of the bank. A smartly dressed man flips a dime toward a beggar sitting on the steps. Close on the dime, falling in slow motion. Marilu, out of screen. Hear my words and need my warning. Angle on some little paws which have appeared in the narrow crack between the lid and the body of Newt's case. Angle on the dime hitting the steps with a musical clang. Angle on the paws now trying hard to prise open the case. Mary Lou, and laugh if you dare. Witches live among us. Mary Lou's three adopted children, adults Credence and Chastity and Modesty, an 8-year-old girl, hand out leaflets. Credence appears nervous and troubled. Mary Lou at the screen. We have to fight together. For the sake of our children, for the sake of tomorrow, to Newt. What do you say to that, friend? As Newt looks up toward Mary Lou, something seen from the corner of his eye catches his attention. The Niffler, a small, furry black cross between a mole and a duck-billed platypus, is sitting on the steps of the bank, hastily pulling the beggar's head full of money outside behind a pillar. Newt, startled, looks down at his case, angle on the Niffler, busy shoveling the beggar's coin into a pouch in its belly. The Niffler looks up, notices Newt's gaze, and hurriedly gathers the rest of coins before tumbling away and into the bank. Newt jolts forward. Newt, excuse me. Angle on Meredith. She looks confused at Newt's lack of interest in her case. Mary Lou out of screen. Witches live among us. Angle and Tina moving through the crowds, eyeing Newt suspiciously. And on scene 7.